Believe it or not, I've been a little bit negative about video games in the past myself. I know, it's hard to believe, but yes, I've been kind of that guy that was very much, negative about video games. And, for me personally, I think that video games comes at a time in my life where, it's really good to have something to kind of be there to help get your mind off things. And that's what I've kind of gone back and remembered. And now we sort of go into a little bit different era where I'm kind of back into that same type of situation where I'm just enjoying the video games. I'm not worried about a lot of the negativity. And so from the outside looking in, it's you start to notice some of the negativity, and you know what, to be honest with you, I think that some of it is probably warranted, and I'll always say that, and I'll always speak my mind when something comes up. But also, I have to point out that not everything is always warranted, and sometimes it just seems like people are maybe jumping the gun a little bit, and that's what looks like the case here from something that looks to be completely debunked now. It's going to be a topic I can't wait to get into, and it's going to be a video you don't want to miss. Hey there, everyone. I'm the Crapgamer, and of course, this is Crapgamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice a few changes around here, and hopefully that doesn't stop you from giving us a like and possibly consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some of your free time with me and my silly YouTube channel. It really does mean a lot to me. So with that being said, I just want to say, thank you guys very much for rocking out with me, and just the positive messages and stuff that I've got have been incredible. Now, listen, I was quite negative on Halo Infinite at first, and yeah, it's a bummer that the co-op is going to be pushed back 6 months or whatever it is. Unfortunately, that means that I'm going to have to play it solo, and I was really looking forward to playing through it with my brother, but it is what it is. I would rather enjoy not having the game spoiled for me than have it spoiled for me just to play co-op or whatever. So yeah, that is a little bit of an unfortunate thing. But there was this rumor, and this kind of came out, that that the Halo Infinite campaign wasn't rewarding armor unlocks for multiplayer, and now that has been debunked through multiple different outlets. So Halo Infinite's multiplayer beta has been received well enough for its gameplay, but some missing features, along with the monetization and customization, have been heavily criticized. A slow rate of progression coupled with a distinct lack of unlockable cosmetics outside of the Battle Pass and store are to blame. It also didn't help when a data mine leak indicated that players would earn no armor unlocks for multiplayer from the campaign. However, it seems like this isn't quite the case. The Washington Post's Gene Park stated on Twitter that the so-called leak was wrong, and Forbes senior contributor Paul Tassi also added that and quote, "I feel like we can debunk this even just with the preview embargo. Though 343 Industries has yet to officially confirm whether the leak is incorrect, it seems that some fans may have jumped the gun a little too soon." Halo Infinite's campaign launches on December 8th for Xbox One, Series X, and S, so it won't be long before we find out for ourselves, but the developer has taken steps to alleviate the lack of post-match XP with a constantly refreshing daily challenge for completing one match. It noted this to be the first step, so there looks to be for a longer term solution. We'll need to wait. In the meantime, the first Fracture event goes live tomorrow and offers a free 30 tier event pass for players to complete. So they do have something for people to kind of go out there and play and enjoy, which is pretty cool. So anyway, basically, people are always going to find stuff to sort of hate on and stuff like that, and I understand that because I'm sort of that way too. Once you get into that negative mindset, you tend to be stuck in that negative mindset, and I think that's a really bad way to be. For me personally, I think that it can make things difficult, but for me personally, I just feel like in general, I tend to try to be, now anyway, as positive as possible when this stuff, give people the benefit of the doubt, because once it's almost like quicksand. I think that might be a good way to kind of describe it, is that once you start down that negative path, it makes it almost impossible to realistically it makes it almost impossible to really go out there and be positive. Like, even if you want to, trust me, and nobody would know this better than me, you really tend to kind of just are out there on this limb, and you just don't know what to do, and you don't know what to say. You just feel negative, and it just kind of spirals out of control, and that's a really kind of a bad thing. So obviously the game is going to have, the other thing that I saw that was kind of floating around was the fact that the game itself was actually going to have, quite a bit of cosmetics. I think over $1,000 it would cost to unlock all the cosmetics, and I'm sure people probably want me to possibly comment on that. But the problem with that is, from where I'm standing, you don't have to buy any of that stuff, right? Like, I'm just being honest about it. Like, I don't buy cosmetic stuff in any game, and I can see how if it was like pay to win or something like that, how people would be upset. But for me personally, I do not care about any of this stuff, to be honest with you. I'm just being real about it. It's it's honestly, just to be quite clear, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to hate on that. And hopefully people understand where I'm coming from this. I think that, Microsoft they did what they had to do with Halo, right? Like, think about this for a second. And this is where I had to think from as well. Like, they could do things the more traditional way and release it, but just look at what happened. Like, I don't know if this is a long-term thing for Call of Duty, but, Call of Duty supposedly didn't do very well. And not only did Call of Duty not do very well, but you also have a situation with, a Battlefield also not doing very well. Now, those games, of course, maybe weren't as complete as you might have liked, and I totally get that. But I also think that, it's just one of those things where, for me personally, I just feel like, I think that they had to do like the free to play thing. They had no choice. Like, I know people probably don't understand that, but honestly, when your main competition is actually, the Fortnites and things like that, and you're competing with that, you have to have something that's like-minded, and I think that's probably the best thing that they could have done. It's going to possibly draw the most crowd that they can, and hopefully they keep coming back and things like that. I know that there's going to be some growing pains with it and stuff like that, but as long as they keep updating it and keep it fresh, once they fix the progression thing, I still think you need to have progression to where, you get actually something from actually completing, matches and getting kills and winning and stuff like that. I think once you get to that point, things are going to really take off for that game. And I think just getting to that point, though, you might have to limp there a little bit, but overall I still think they've done some fantastic things. I think it's an exciting time because Halo's back, and of course I think Halo is actually helped quite a bit by the fact that Battlefield is a mess and Call of Duty I think is going through some terrible things with the personnel and things like that, just in terms of they got some scandals going on and stuff. So it's a very, very shocking turn of events, and I never thought we'd see the day when Call of Duty wasn't like the top tier thing, so I don't know, maybe it's just this because it's a World War II game. I'm not sure, but it doesn't seem like Call of Duty has that luster that it normally has, and even it's funny because even some of the worst Call of Duties seem to have done better than this new one. So, and I think the game is okay, actually. I think it's pretty good, but overall, I think some of these scandals and stuff are catching up to them. So, with that being said, I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys for checking out the video. I will link this in the description. You can check it out. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crapgamer 'em up. God bless. Crapgamer out.